The bell over the diner door jingled softly as Lena stepped inside. Her figure was impossible not to notice, confident, curvy, graceful in tight, faded jeans and a small, form-fitting beige U-shaped blouse that clung to her like sunlight on morning mist. She wasn't local. That much was clear. Her heels tapped uncertainly on the tile floor, scanning the diner like someone who hadn't sat still in a long time. Mrs. Hudson looked up from behind the counter. "Coffee?" she asked with a knowing smile. Lena smiled faintly. "Please." "Black." In the far booth sat Travis, alone, nursing his third refill. His eyes briefly lifted, not with lust, but curiosity. He had a firefighter's build, broad shoulders, square jaw, hands that once lifted debris to save lives. But now, they just stirred cream into coffee. Lena sat down a booth away from him, facing the window. She didn't know she had dropped her wallet. But Travis saw it. Travis looked down at the small leather wallet near her booth. He picked it up slowly and tapped on her table. "Miss? You dropped this." Lena turned, surprised. "Oh God, thank you. I didn't even notice." Their hands touched briefly as she took the wallet. Her eyes, hazel and alert, met his, and something unspoken passed between them. She gave a shy nod, tucked her hair behind her ear, and turned back to her coffee. Travis hesitated, then returned to his booth. He wasn't good at this. He wasn't good at much anymore. From behind the counter, Mrs. Hudson watched with a small grin, wiping a mug with her towel. She'd seen moments like this before, ordinary seconds that changed everything. The quiet continued between them. Lena pulled out a journal and began scribbling notes. Travis kept looking at his hands. His old burn scar itched when he got nervous. Then he noticed something odd. When Lena opened her wallet to pay, a small photograph slipped out and fluttered to the floor. He bent to pick it up again. It was a photo of a child. A boy, maybe 6 or 7. The boy had Travis's eyes. His heart paused. Something about the photo made his skin crawl, but not in fear. In recognition. He handed the picture back without a word. Lena smiled faintly. "My son," she said. "He passed away last year." She didn't elaborate, and Travis didn't ask. But something changed in him. Her voice had cracked in just the way he's used to when people asked about the fire. Travis stood outside after paying his bill, lingering by the curb. Lena came out shortly after. Their eyes met again. "You okay?" he asked awkwardly. She gave a slight shrug. "I guess." "You?" He hesitated. "No. Not really." Lena smiled, just barely. "At least you're honest." She stepped toward her car. Her hand trembled slightly when she pulled the handle. Travis noticed. "Let me walk you somewhere?" "I mean, I don't know. Just felt like I should ask." Lena didn't answer. She looked at the sky, like trying to measure whether the universe would allow it. Then she nodded. "Okay. Just for a little." They walked in silence for a while before sitting on a sun-warmed bench. "I used to come here with him," Lena said, her voice low. "He loved the swings." Travis watched her carefully. "What happened?" She hesitated. "Leukemia." "Fast. Unfair. Brutal." The words tumbled out like broken glass. "I was working so hard I didn't even see it. By the time I did, we had 6 weeks. 6 weeks to live a lifetime." Travis looked at the grass. "I was a firefighter. Lost 3 kids in a house fire once. Couldn't save them. still hear their screams. Neither of them spoke for a long time. Two strangers, broken by different flames. They walked through a nearby store together. It wasn't romantic, it was just easier not to be alone. Travis handed her a pack of lemon tea. She smiled. "How do you know I like this?" "I didn't. Just guessed." She watched him, curious now. "Why are you so kind to someone you just met?" "Maybe because someone was once kind to me when I didn't deserve it." There was a pause. She didn't press. But for the first time in months, her heart didn't feel like a locked room. They returned to the diner for pie. Something about it felt right. Like the day needed an ending, even if the story wasn't over. Mrs. Hudson brought 2 slices and winked at them. Lena leaned in slightly. "Why'd you leave firefighting?" Travis went quiet. "Then, I froze in the last fire. A girl didn't make it. After that, I couldn't go back." Lena touched his hand. Softly. "We all have ghosts." He looked up. "Yours ever leave?" "Not yet. But they've started to quiet down." It was time to go. Lena stood by her car. Travis didn't know what to say. "Thank you for today," she said. He nodded. "You too." She opened the door, then paused. "Would it be okay if I called you sometime?" Travis smiled. "Yeah. Please do." She slipped a piece of paper in his hand, her number, along with the name of a grief group she led every Thursday. "Maybe helping others would help you too," she said. And with that, she drove off. Travis sat back in his booth, the paper still in his hand. Mrs. Hudson refilled his coffee without asking. He looked out the window, where Lena had disappeared. Something inside him had shifted, like a dam cracked, just enough to let light through. She had come in like a gust of wind. He had picked up her wallet by chance. But what he found inside wasn't just a photo. It was a reminder that broken people recognize each other not by scars, but by the way they still show up, still love, still try. And for the first time in a long while, Travis wanted to try again too. Fade out. As Chloe reached the sidewalk, she wiped her eyes, steadying herself. But just as she opened her phone to book a ride, a voice called out from behind. "Wait!" It was Logan. Out of breath, holding something in his hand. She turned, startled. Her eyes locked with his, unsure. I thought you were done talking," Chloe said, her voice brittle. Logan stepped closer, handing her the sketchbook she had left behind. Her hands trembled slightly as she took it. "I know I said a lot of messed up things," Logan began, "but I wasn't lying when I said you changed something in me." Chloe clutched the sketchbook against her chest. "Then why did you push me away?" He looked down. "Because I didn't think I deserved something good. You were this light. And I've always lived in the dark." Her expression softened, but the pain was still there. "I wasn't trying to fix you, Logan. I was just trying to see you." He looked at her, eyes glassy. "That's what scared me the most." The silence between them stretched, filled only by the rustling trees and a passing car. Then Chloe said quietly, "Are you really going to let me go?" He didn't answer right away. "But then—" "No," he whispered. "I can't." Logan led her to the rooftop, the same one he used to hide on during hard days. "I come here when I can't breathe," he said. "But today, I brought you." She stood beside him, looking out over the rooftops and glowing windows. "I've spent years pushing people away before they could leave," he said. "But you stayed." even after I made it nearly impossible. I stayed, Chloe said softly, because you mattered. He looked at her then. Really looked at her. Not like a stranger passing through, not like someone broken. But like someone he didn't want to lose. I don't know how to love right, he admitted. She stepped closer. Then learn with me. And then, with trembling hands, Logan reached for her. Not with desperation, but with hope. As the city lights flickered on around them, he pulled her into a gentle embrace. Her head rested against his chest. His heart beat finally steady. They didn't have everything figured out. But for the first time in years, Logan started waking up with purpose. Chloe returned to her art, her sketches now filled with the quiet strength she had rediscovered. One day had passed. One day, just 24 hours, where two broken people collided, cracked open, and let something new in. And sometimes, that's all it takes. Warning sign # disclaimer. This video is a work of fiction, and all characters, events, and visuals are entirely AI generated. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more heart-touching emotional stories every day.